Hey, what's up, everybody? Josh here. Welcome to the R-Rated Show. Welcome to my review for The Platform from this year, 2020. Was just recently released on Netflix, and I came across it, and I was like, that looks really interesting. It piqued my interest. I don't know, the poster for it piqued my interest, and I'd heard some rumblings about it around the horror groups, but this is essentially a sci-fi horror movie produced by a Spanish film production company. The director's name is Galder Gaztelu Irrutia. Probably butchered that name, but is a Spanish director. And so, yes, you're going to be dealing with some subtitles here, but the movie takes place where in a scenario, a prison, if you will, where the backgrounds don't, the environment in the background doesn't really change that often. So it doesn't really slow down the enjoyment of the movie. So you could take your time to read subtitles. It didn't really bug me, but anyway, so the movie is essentially about a prison, a concept prison, and this prison consists of 200 plus levels, and each level's the same. It's essentially like a square shape with a hole in the middle, and the hole just goes so far down you can't see the bottom of it. But every day for 2 minutes, a platform comes up, and the platform is essentially a table of decadent foods, all different varieties of foods, and they have 2 minutes each day to pick out on the table, and then it drops to the next level. So it's interesting concept for a movie. It's a higher concept type movie centered around a simple concept, meaning the situation, the scenario. So it's kind of like The Cube or Triangle, if you've ever seen that. Also maybe a little Snowpiercer sort of thrown in there, but it's a very character driven movie. And I really enjoyed it. I like to see movies that have an original, unique concept and see how the director would approach that type of movie. And, you mix that with a little sci-fi, a little horror, and I'm all on board for that. So, sometimes these sort of films fail miserably. I always can appreciate that they tried to do something different. But it's really hard to make it work. I really feel like they did something really interesting here. Like I said, this is very much a character study film, as much as it is maybe some social commentary. But the general plot of the movie is a man is put into this prison. He volunteers to go, I think, in order to achieve a degree or something like that. But maybe that's part of the social commentary of it. The lengths that people will go to get a foothold. It's just become such a difficult life to get through at points. Meaning that it's just so competitive. But so he's put into this prison scenario, and on each level, you get put into this prison with a one other cellmate, if you will, and everybody's background obviously is very different and unique. The reason why they've been put into the prison is obviously very unique to their own situation, but it creates a continually changing dynamic between our central character and whoever he's put into a cell with next. So that's an interesting character study because it's constantly changing the tone of the movie in terms of the character relationships. But also talks to how different human beings will react when they're in a survival situation. Now, the food comes into their cell for 2 minutes every day, and depending on what level you are, is a different scenario because the food may be more diminished the further the levels it goes down. So if you're in, let's say, at level number 1, it's a brand new table and you can pick out and eat all the different foods you want, eat well, and everything's good, right? But if you're on a level 200, there's nothing left but scraps, and you're starving essentially. So it changes the dynamics. It's sort of a social experiment as much as it is a prison. So it's a very sadistic situation, and it's just interesting to see the character go through a wide variety of situations and scenarios. You think in the beginning of the movie, maybe this won't be so bad, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. The ending of the movie, I've thoroughly entertained. I think the movie's only about an hour and a half hour and 35 minutes. But I was like thoroughly entertained through most of the movie. The ending did sort of become disjointed for me, and I didn't really get the ending I was hoping for. It's definitely more of a open-ended concept ending where you can sort of draw maybe your own conclusions, which for me, I don't necessarily mind too much because I have a pretty active imagination, but I do want the director to tell me the story. So I enjoyed the journey of the movie, so the ending didn't bug me too much, but it was like I could have used a little something extra. But, you know, it could be part of the desire of the director to make the audience think. So that's not necessarily ever always a bad thing. So, yeah, it's a cool little movie. You know, it's one that you may, you know, just skip over when you're cruising through Netflix, but I would recommend checking it out since we have an overabundance of time on our hands. And like I said, I love to see movies do something different and not follow a cookie cutter, you know, carbon copy blueprint for every movie because they just want to make money. You know, there are filmmakers out there who want to do something different, and I applaud that. And I really enjoyed this movie. It was cool. It was pretty unique. And I like movies, you know, that keep it simple, keep it, even though it was a unique, interesting concept, I like that they keep it simple. It's really based around what the characters would do and why they would say, see, each character could get like a weapon or could choose one item to bring with them. You know, somebody brings a knife, another person brings a dog, another person brings this, that, the other thing. And it just gives us a little, you know, identifiers to their, you know, personalities and their, you know, the characters and stuff like that. It's just really interesting movie. I thought it was pretty well written, and the director did a really cool job. And yeah, it was cool, man. It was interesting. So check it out. It's called The Platform 2020. It just was released March 20th on Netflix. Should be there still if you're interested in checking it out. And I would just go ahead and rank it. I'd say I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It's like a B minus, you know, movie. B minus, something like that. So check it out. The Platform 2020. And as always, guys, stay awesome, stay R-rated. Cheers. Hey, what's up, everyone? Josh here. Just want to say thanks so much for listening to the show. We really do appreciate it. And if you enjoyed the content, please hit the like button and go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. We'd love to have you on board. Lots of great content coming in 2020. And we just really enjoy the community over here and enjoying pop culture together. So if you get a chance, hit subscribe. Really appreciate it. And until next time, guys, stay awesome, stay R-rated. Cheers.